Hello everyone. So welcome for this 5 days of JavaScript projects. Like not 5 days, like five projects in JavaScript we're going to do. Like what are the projects that we're going to do is like we're going to see about the forms and animations, and then we move on to the how to create and the favorite, like we have the carousels, right? So we can able to see the drop downs when we have some of the favorite FAQ questions to ask, like that we're going to see about that. And the next thing we're going to see about the image carousel, and it is one of the most important component that when it comes to the development we use most of those several components. And we're going to see about the image component, and then we going to see about the not a scroll animation, it is going to be a panel animation similar to image carousel, but the animation is a little bit different. This will be very useful in looking forward to the feature section or gallery section, like that. So much of things is there, like we can able to use these things in that cases. Let me see how we can create this. Start, we can able we just start with this one. Okay, so and one more thing is that I already written the HTML code and CSS code here. Okay, so I just going to write the JavaScript code only. So and you can able to see that. Okay, no problem in that. I will explain what is happening in HTML and what is I done in CSS, and all other things I will explain it. Okay, so I just what I'm going to do, I just let's start with this project. Okay, so this is one of the mini project, and then we move on to the next project. Okay, so actually this is going to be the project, and by default you can see this, the code is look like this. And what is the HTML and CSS I have been given. So I have created a div with for 5 elements, and inside each and every div we have an image. And by using CSS I created a gallery like this, and you can able to see that I have a div and we have a panel. And you can notice that the first panel is something we have an extra class that is going to be active, but in upcoming panels you are not able to see that. So that is why, that is the reason the first panel you can able to see it is little bigger than other panels, right? So it is be little bigger than other panels. So because of this active CSS class that I have been included. And the next thing, I just added the style for it, and we have an h3, and you can able to see this h3 in the bottom of the image. So that is why we added. So only the div and h3 is inside that. And when it comes to CSS, you can able to see the container. So it is for the four container that we have created by using flex. So it is every image is aligned to a row direction by default, and we make it as a column, it is go for the column direction. And I use 80% width, and this is for the total width size. If we make this to 50 viewport, then half of the viewport you can able to see it is comes for the half of the viewport, right? So I just want this viewport for 80% or 90% of the width to showcase it as a little bit bigger. So you can now you can able to see it is a little bit bigger. And you can see the panel, it is for the each and every individual panel that we have created. And you can see the background image is cover center, no repeat. At height of the image we have given the 80% viewport of it. And we have covered the border radius, you can see the 50 pixel curve is there. And color is for this h3 that we have it. So that is the color that we have given. If we change it to red, and you can able to see that is in red, but white is a little bit cute when it comes to here. Okay, so this really look nice, right? So the next thing, we have the cursor. If I move into it, it is going to be pointer, and this is important. So this is going to be the, you can able to see this 4 1, because the first one we have active classes. This 4 1 we don't have these active classes. So we make this to 0.5. You can able to see that how little bigger it is. So we can make this to 1. Okay, so like this. So this is how the panel looks like. So what is the functionality that we going to create by using JavaScript here is, the functionality that we're going to create is, if someone clicks this panel, it need to expand. So simply expanding the chords. If someone clicks this image is need to expand, and this image is need to shrink. So that is what we're going to do. And this flex, it is a combination of flex basis, flex string, and flex grow. So I use 1.5. It is going to be the base level for this flex, so that is going to be there. And you can able to see we have the active in 5. So in every wherever we are giving this active classes, it is going to have the base column, like the base value for the file. So that is why it is bigger, and these are smaller. And if we make active for everyone, everything is going to be bigger. So that is actually what we need to do. So, and we have the h3 and all other things. This is not everything is needed, and we this is used for Ninja query. It is for the mobile with the like the responsive code thing. So that is why we have used, like when it is the maximum size is the max width is more than, if the max width is 480 above, and then the width should have the 100% of viewport. And which means like if you it is used for the scrolling effects and all. Okay, so that is what it will happen. So next, what we going to do, what we are going to do the same thing. If I click this need to expand, and what happened, this image is need to string. So how we can do this? So that is what we're going to do. So I just going to say app.js, and go for the index.html, and you can see the here script.js. I just make this to app.js to link it. Okay, so how we can able to do this? Simple, like this class, right? So where this active class is there, and those class have the flex of file, right? So what we need to do, if someone clicks this, first we need to remove all the class. Like by default, it has the first one has the active class, right? First we need to remove the class from all these 5 panels, wherever it is belongs to. That is not a matter, we need to remove it. Once we remove it, and we need to give this active class for which image the person is clicked. So that is what the functionality that we need to give. So what I just going to do, I just going to create an panel variable, and I just going to fetch this panel, because the event listener we need to give for this panels, right? So I just going to say panels, and I use the document dot query selector. So what is this query selector all will do? It will select all the elements that belongs to the panel. So we know that what is the class for that, what is the class that has been given for this all the panels. We have the div that is going to be panel. So you just copy and here, and I just come here and I just paste it. So now we have access to all the panels. If you console log it, you can able to see all the panels that has this class. We have access for it, right? So that is what it's going to do. The next thing is going to be, here we need to give it is in a quotation. That's it. So the next thing what we need to do, so the next thing is, after we fetch it, I need to remove active class. From all of them. Right now it has only one, but uh, just imagine, once this get active classes, I need to remove all the thing, right? So for that, what I going to do, I just going to use the looping concept. So right now we know this query selector. If I use the query selector, it will return a node list. So we can able to use the array iterators method and higher order functions and all, right? So I just going to use the for each method to iterate it. So I just say panels dot, it is going to be for each, and here what is the for each function takes? It takes a function. So I just write it in an arrow function here, so it takes a function, and inside that what we can able to access 3 things. One is going to be the value, index, and array. So first what I need, I just need the value. So I just say panel. Okay, so here what I need to do, first we need to remove all the elements, like remove the active class from every panels, right? So how we can do this? So here we can create another function. So instead of that, what I just going to do, I just creating a function here. Okay, so this is for remove panel. So what this function is going to do, this function is going to loop through all the panel and remove the class for all, and this function is going to add the class for all. So here what I'm going to do, first remove the panel. So here I use the for each to remove things. I just say panels dot for each, and here I just what is this going to take? It is going to take a function. So this is for removing the panel. So what I'm going to do here, I just going to say for each dot panel remove remove the class list. So we need to remove the class list. I just say panel dot class list, and we have this class list dot add is to add, and we have remove to remove an element. So remove what? The class active. So what this going to do, if the function is called right now, you can able to see, if I call the function, remove panel here, then what going to happen, you can able to see the changes here. If I save it, you can able to see everything comes into normal size. The reason is what just happened, because this function is going to loop through all the panels, and it going to remove this active. If something, the class active is present here, it is just going to remove it. So once it is removed in HTML, then the CSS class is not going to work, right? So that is what going to happen. So instead of calling here, I just cut it and I'm going to call inside here. Okay, so after doing this, what I need to do, I need to what is the purpose of this one is, we need to add an event listener. If someone clicks this, for that panel we need to give the active class. So what we can do, first adding this, we will create a event listener. So how we can create, I just say panel dot add event listener. Okay, panel dot add event listener. So this is going to take the event. So what is the event that we going to give? It's going to be the click, and next thing is going to be the function, right, like this. So in this function, if someone clicks this, then only this first one need to the active class need to remove from here. So I just going to paste the remove panel here, and the next thing, and I just going to say panel dot class list dot add. Here I just going to say active. So now what is going to happen, just think now what is going to happen, if someone clicks this button, what happened, this code will be executed. Someone clicks this button, it's going to remove the first, it's going to remove the active class from all the thing, and it's going to add the active class for where the image is clicked. If I click this, you can able to see, if I click this, the active element is removed from all other items. You can able to see by default this is what happening. So once you click this, what happened, this event, this function is get executed. In this function, what we say, remove panel. So by default the first one has the panel, so it is going to remove. So then it comes to normal basis 2 point, like 1.5 the flex basis that it has, it comes to the normal basis. And what happened, so where which element that clicked, for that element the active classes is going to add. So you can able to see those things in your inspect. If I go here, and you can see active, it is in the first element, right? It is in the first element. If I click this, you can able to see here it is delete, and for second element the actives get added. So if the actives get added, and we can able to notice that the CSS for actives applied for here. If I click this again, you can see here it is deleted and it is added for third one. If I click here, you can able to see that the same thing, actives added here. So this is how the expanding codes is workings in the JavaScript, and this is the basic functionality. And what is the takeaway from here? The takeaway from here is simple: how to add a class and remove a class. By using add class list and remove class list, what we can able to do, we can able to add a like we can able to work with the css like cool features like this. Okay, so we can able to do this something cool like this. Okay, so this is a very mini project, and I just give a overview. So how, if you want to create this, how, what you need to do, just create a div that's for the container for all the 5 things that's going to have, and another div with the class list, panel, and like not only whatever the class you need to give, you can give and make that to flex, and it should be arranged like this. And just make any one of those 2 active panels. So how it is, if it is expand, how it is look like, for that you can edit and add the background color. You can get the images from unsplash.com. There is a copyright free image platform that are available, you can get that. And once you done with that, just copy and paste it for 5 times and remove, change the images only. So this is what you need to do, and you need to focus on 2 things. The first thing is going to be the panel. So in this panel, you need to tell what is the default size. So this 4 things, you can see this is the default size. And the second thing is going to be active. So if the active class is applied, so then the base has to increases to 5. So this is going to be the active class. So that is what here it has been said. So instead of here what we can say active class, here we can say box shadow. Here we can say box shadow. Here we can simply say 0, we can say 0 0, and I just say 10 pixel. Here we can use the color we want is blue, simply like this. So now what happened, like just you can able to see here. So what happened, wherever the active class is there, you can able to see the box arrow. So if I click here, the active class is applied for this box arrow, right? So instead of blue you can able to go for something, some light color. So you can, that gives a little bit box shadow effect, and you can able to see the box shadow effect here, you can see. So it will be look nice when you inspect, and the it is will be smaller, like this. You can able to see the box shadow. Instead of 10 you can go for 15, it will be little bit blur and it will be look cleaner. And here like this you can able to see, right? So this active class list is done wherever the classes get active, it can be done. So the JavaScript, what is the functionality we need to do? So we need to remove the class by default. If somewhere at the active class is that, we need to remove it. So when I need to remove it, when someone clicks that button I need to remove it. The second one is I need to add the active class for that clicked button. So that is what we have done. So just loop through this, and if you loop through it you can able to add the event listener, right? So right now we have access to all the things, right? So if you use the for each, we can able to have access to all the things. If the event is clicked, then what happened, that for that particular element what is going to happen, this function is going to execute and it is going to remove the element defaultly available in the first element, and this is going to add, that style is going to add here. Okay, so that is what happening here. Okay, fine with that. So the next one we're going to see is this animation form. So we just, I don't want this. Yeah, we have, let's go here and open with the live server. We go with the animation form. Let's see how this animation form is working. So what is the functionality that I need to do? So simple, I just created a form. You can able to see we just created a form, and you can notice that we just remove all other things. Go for animation form and style.cs, and you can able to see, you can notice that simple stylings has been given, simple style has been given. So what is the thing that you need to notice, like what is the function that I just going to do? If I click this, each and every letter is just do an animation, like a wave animation. Like wave animation I need to do it, like E is go up, and then M, and then A, and then I, and then S. And if I out of focus, then it need to give again same like this. And you can able to see that for focus we have given the outline is equal to 0, and we have given if it is focus, if I just say, if I just focus it, you can able to see the line color how it is changing and all. And we have given for this. Let me do how this animation is working. Okay, so how this animation is working, we can able, we do that. Okay, let me see how we can able to do this. So for that what we need to do, it's going to be a very simple, but we need to understand how it is working. Okay, so I just going to create a file here, script.js. so this is the file for that. Okay, so what we need to do is, first we need to right now it is in string, right? So I need to convert the string to an array. How can I do this? And I need to take every element individually, and it is stored in an array. So like E is going to be in the index of 0, and M is going to in the index of 1, and A is going to index of 2, like that I need to do it. So we have what we have a method called split method. So by using the split method, what it will do, it will convert the string to an array, and it will store each and every value. So whatever, so based on, if we give that in the parenthesis we give the argument, so what happened, based on that it is going to split. If you don't give argument, we give an empty string, then it's going to split each and every words, like each and every letter. So that is what we're going to do. So first we need to access this. So what is this? This is a label, right? So this is the label that we have given here. what here, this is going to animate, so I need to access this. So how we can do this? We can use the query selector. So I just going to say const labels equal to document dot query selector all, and here I just going to say dot, I just want to access the in the form control, inside the form control class I just want to access this label element. Okay, so I simply say like this. So by using the by using inside format, like inside the form control, I want to access this label, right? So if I say console.log, what it is going to do, I just say labels, and if we go here and I just inspect console, you can able to see a node list. So we have two labels only. So inside that form you can able to see this one and this one, like email and password, and this is in a node list. So node list actually we want because we going to use some of the array method. So right now you can see that if what is the inner HTML of it, it is going to be a string. First I need to convert by using the split method, I need to convert the string to an array. So how we can able to do this? For example, I can say let me console log it. You can see how the method is work. I just say console log and I just say labels dot split. I just going to say label dot, not label dot inner text. So I just say, just ask me labels dot inner text. We go here. So right now it's showing like we need to access it by using the loop because it has two things, right? So if I say this one instead of telling labels, I particularly mentioned the index of it, particularly mentioned the index is going to be 0. Now we can able to access that is going to be email, right? So if I use the split method dot split and with an empty string, so now what it is going to happen, you can able to see that it is going to split it, and you can able to see it is an array format and each and every word is get split. Exactly this we want, because once it is get split like this, we can able to apply and transition animation here, and each and every element is we can able to transit, and after that we can able to join this by using the join method. So once this is for split, right? So and you can able to see how join method work. So here use the join. So if I use the join method, it is going to join and like an array to a string. Okay, so it's the opposite of split. Split is convert the, it is going to split a string to an array, and join is convert the split to an array. So if I run this, you can able to see it is come to the Nava format, right? So this all are the things. So in between these two things, what I need to do, I need to create an animation. So once it is gets splitted, I need to create an animation. It's go for top, EMAIL, it's need to go for top. So that is what I just going to do. So right now we have two things, so I need to apply the same things for two elements, same functions for two elements. So we can use the for each method to loop it, because node list we can able to use it by default, it is a node list, we can able to use it. So I just say labels dot for each, labels dot for each, and this is going to be the function, this is going to be the function that we have. And here what I want, I need each and every element, I just say label, and here I just going to do the same thing, label dot inner HTML, label dot inner HTML is equal to, so I'm what is the inner HTML should do, I just say inner text, inner text or inner HTML. Right now that is going to be a text only, right? So I just use the inner text dot, and here what I going to do, first I need to split it. So I just say dot split. Okay, so just split it by everything, and here after that, once you done with the split, what I need to do, I need to map each and every array, because once if I done it, you can able to see that is going to be an array. So I need to map each and every element. What the map method takes, it takes another callback function. So it's going to take another callback function, and each and every element I'm going to grab now. So that is going to be letter, and I need two things, one is going to be the letter and another one is going to be the index. So I just say idx, it's going to be index of it. So the next thing what I going to do, so I each and every letter is go for top. Okay, so that is why I access, and the index is used for the animation. So inside that, what I going to do, I just going to create. So inside right now you can see into the inner HTML, create a span tag. So I just going to use this template literal. So I just creating this, not span, it's span, right? So inside the span tag, what you need to do, you need to showcase your email and all, and you can notice that we have given the style for those span, like inner HTML, button, focus, text, control, input, focus, input is valid in, you can see in span. So what is the span? So you can able to see by default top is equal to 15 pixel, right? So what it is going to do, if the span is applied, then it is going to be an inline block, and the font size is going to be 18 pixel, and minimum width is going to be 5 pixel, and transition, you can see we have mentioned some of the cubic pixels. So what it is going to do, it is going to do some of the transition here. So that is what we're going to apply here. So I just create a span tag, and inside the span tag, what I just going to do, I just going to write those letter, like not one, this one, whatever the letter that we have, I need to write it. So and also I need to add the style for it. Okay, so here I just going to add the style for it. And what is the style that I need to add here is, I just going to add the transition delay style, and transition delay style. And here I just going to mention, here I just go into mention here in the transition delay, I just going to mention how the index should be delay means, first the e is go up and then m is go up. So once e done, then only the m need to go. So what I going to do, we can use the index and multiply it by 50. So first is going to be 0. So 0 multiplied by 50, it's going to be 0. So immediately this will be run. Second is going to be 1 into 50, so it wait for next 50 second. Once this is done, it wait for the next 50 second, and then this m will go up. So likewise each and everything will be go up, and here we can mention it as millisecond. Okay, so like this it is going to do. And once all the mapping things done, once all the mapping things done, then what I need to do, then what we need to do is, we need to join this. So once it is done, I just want to join it. So how I can able to do this, so just use the join. So why I am joining it, the reason is because that is a string. Once it is done, I need to go up, and once it is come, it need to come down. So that is the function. And we have an error that the inner text is not defined. So we made a mistake that the inner text is not defined. Oh, actually we need to tell where is the inner text. So the inner text of the label, so inside label dot inner text, so this is what label dot inner text. First I need to split it. So it is going to split this array into, like it is going to split those array into an like string into an array. So if it is converted that array, then map it. So in the map we have access to the letter and index of it. Each and every letter should be added to top, like it's going to do some animations in top of it. And we added the transition delay. The transition delay is based on their indexes. So why we are using the transition delay based on their indexes, because I need to create a wave. We say now we need to create a wave like animation. So once e done, then only m go and then go like that, then only it look like a wave. So that's why we have created. After everything is done, the map method is get executed. Just join right now it is an array, so just join into a string. So if we done it, once we done, we refresh it. Okay, so here we have a problem. What is the problem? Let's see what is the problem that we have. So we have the label, and we just use the inner HTML, and we have label dot inner text is equal to, we need to split it up. So I think just comment here, it will be shows fine. So here we made the problem. Let's see what is the problem is going to be, like uncommented. So first you can able to see labels dot inner HTML. what, oh, here I say the label. Yeah, we need to fetch the label, and it is going to be the inner text of it, right? So text of it, right? So once it is done, we will see how this is working, and after that we will join this one. So like we will add, we will just comment of this. Okay, so what I'm going to do, we just check this one to debug. I just say console.log, and we will debug this one. Let's see what we get here. And we are getting it correctly, so we are getting it correctly, so we are getting it correctly only. Fine, so this is working. So I think then what happened, then what happened inside the map. So once I use the map letter, we have the letter and we have the index, and I just want to what we need to create, which is okay. So I think we used the curly braces. Let's see, that is an error. We use the curly braces, we need to tell the return. I don't want the curly braces. Okay, it is going to be an one-liner code only. So if we done this, and you can see the animation is working, but it is not producing a wave like form. So something here, it is not working. So what is the delay, that what is the transition delay? So here there is a problem, so that's what we need to look into it. So I think we made a spelling mistake or something. Oh yeah, transition delay. Yeah, if I done this, now you can able to see, yeah, this is going to be the form animation. That is what, this is going to be the wave like animation. That's what we have created it. So how it is working, so if I click this, if someone clicks this, it is going to be a focus one. So what we are how it is doing, but like first we are split, like we are using the split method to split the string, and we converted it to an array, and we are map throwing each and everything, and for each element we are applying this. So what is we are applying, just add to the span. So the span tag, that what it's go to top. If I say span, it is the styling that we have given for CSS, and it is go for top, and with the transition delay, and the transition delay is happening based on their index. So the each and every element is based on their index, it is going to do. Once it is done, it is get joined. The reason why it is get joined, because once it is get joined only, again I am clicking here and I go here, and again it come, it will look like a string. So then only again and again we can able to use this method, right? So you can see how the wave like animation is working, and it is pretty cool, right? So yeah, this is going to be the second projects in our JavaScript, and this is how the wave-like functions works. Okay, so and then we have three more projects, and one more project is about the basics understanding how the JavaScript is working and all. And these two projects is going to be the component. Like we have the image carousel, and then we have what we have the index.html, and like the fave. So what is this fave means? Like if you go for the FAQ and you click this, if you click this, you can able to see some answer for it, right? So if you go for any website or any course selling website, they will mention some of the most commonly asked question. If you click this, they will give some of the additional information regarding the detail of this title. So once after you've done this, it will automatically wraps up, right? So that is what we're going to create for the next one. So for the next one is going to be the FAQ, like how to create an fab template, like the FAQ boxes and all. Okay, so that is what we're going to create it. Okay, so right now we have done with this what the squad animations. We have done with this squad animations. If you click this, it will scroll, it will based on the CSS stylings and all. And we right now we use this one. So what is the takeaway from here? So the takeaway from here is like, by using the methods, just understand the power of default method that we have, that split method, join method, and map method. So there are iterators. So how we can able to combine it? So by using those method, how we can able to create like cool looking things like this, how we can able to do this. So that is very important. So that is why we have combined, like chained all the method, and we have been used that. And if you like to use, just try it out and just think about that. This is a mini, very mini animation that we have done with, and but it is a cool looking and very neat, right? So you can able to see the focus. Once it change, you can able to see the color also. So those things are applied in here. You can see those things are applied in the span tag. If you have the focus is out, and you can see the color is here. And if I make this to green, if I run this, you can see the color changed to green. right? So this styling has been given here, and you can see translate y is equal to minus 30 pixels. So that is what happening. Once the span get focus, so then what you need to do, you need to do this thing. You need to go for top 30 pixel. That is what you need to do. So that is what happening here. Okay, so let us jump into the next one. That is going to be the fav thing. Let's see that. Okay, so let's see how we can create this. Okay, so I just remove all other things. So we will go for index.html and css. So right now we have created the animation and we have created the scroll. We just go for this feedback UI display. So here what we have created, you can able to see that we have created a div, and inside the div we have give the title, and this is what the question is going to be. And here it will tells that the text inside that it is going to be. Let's see how it is look like basically, and then we can see about what of the projects that we're going to do and everything. So this is what exactly. Okay, so if I click this it need to shrink, and if we click this, and this is need to produce the code. Okay, so just a single event that we're going to create, and we're going to use this, and this is what we have done. So what you can see, you can able to see the containers and all, and you can able to see the class, something that gives extra here, that is the fav active. So if the class fav active is there, then it's going to open. So if it is get removed, then it is going to remove. For example, we remove this one. Here we have this active, right? So what we can do, we remove this one, and I go here, you can see it is get removed. So normally it look like this. When fav active is there, then it is going to, we can able to see the inner thing, and we can able to see that. So when it comes to active, you can able to see the color and box shadow, and we have given, and we also added the before and after the content that we need to produce is also has been given. Okay, so this is actually what created. Let's see how we can do the code for JavaScript. So for that, we just add another file. It is going to be the script. Just a minute. I think what is the file that we have added here. It's going to be script.js only. So I just want to rename script.js. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Okay, so inside this we're going to write the code for it. So first what we need to fetch, we need to fetch that toggle things like this one. So this is going to be the button that is used for the toggling. Okay, so first we need to fetch this fav toggle. So that button, so because I'm going to add a event for here, if someone clicks this need to do. So for that we need to add the event listener for that. So how we can do this? So I just going to say const toggles equal to, here we can say document dot query selector all, and here we can mention what is the toggle that we need to fetch. So I just say dot, and what is the class that we have is fav toggle. This is what. Okay, so this is the button that we need to add the event listener. So I just going to copy it, and I just go here, and I going to add it here like this. Okay, once I done this, the next thing what I going to do, I just going to ask for the toggling. So the next thing what I going to do, the next thing we going to this thing what we going to do, I just going to apply this event listener for those things. Okay, so what I going to do, I just use the for each loops. Okay, for everything, because we have list of things, right? So toggle, if I ask for toggle, we have so much of things. So in this for each, it is going to take a function. So I use the arrow function here. So it is going to take a function, and in this function I just going to say the first one toggle, which is going to be the each and every toggle. So if the toggle, I just going to apply the toggle event for add event listener. So each and every button add event listener. So if something has the event listener click, some button has the event listener click, for that particular button I need to run a function. So I just want to execute a function here. I just want to execute a function here, and here I just say here I just say what we need to do, we need to add the class. First you can see that we have this fav toggle, right? So this is the button. So these all belongs to one thing, where in the class div. So the h3 paragraph tag and this button tag, these all belongs to where this parent. So these all are the child element, and this div is going to be the parent element. And for that parent element only I need to give this active class, right? You can see if I give the, if already given the active class, you can able to see the active class, right? So right now where we are writing, where we are where we are fetching, what we are fetching, we are fetching this button. So what is the parent for this? So if I want to give active for this div, then it is the parent. So the relationship between this div and this button is the parent element, right? So this h3 is a sibling element, paragraph is a sibling element, this button is a sibling element, but this div is a parent element. So for parent only I need to add the active class. So for that I just going to say fetch which toggle you have clicked, that toggle parent element, not parent element, that toggle parent node. Okay, so what it is going to do, if I click this button, then this button's parent is going to be class FAQ. So for that I just going to add, and if I click this button, then this button's parents is going to this class, right? So for this one it's going to add. So likewise, so what we going to do, just go for script, and here I just say parent node dot, what I need to add, class list. I just want to add the class list, and what the class list will do, class list dot add. We can add and remove a class by using the class list, and here we know what is the class that we need to add. It's going to be active. So which button am I clicking, for that button I need to add the class. So that's it, that's the code that we want. And what we can do here, we can remove this active class defaultly. So if we remove it and we go for it, it is look like this. If we click this, you can able to see it is activated, and if we go and click here, you can able to see this is get activated, and this is how everything will be activated. And what we can able to do, we can able to do like if someone again clicks that. Okay, so if the active is already there, if the class active is already there, then what we can do, we can remove the class list like that. We can remove it, we can able to remove that also. So you can add that like _, parent dot class list remove active classes, like that you can able to code, and you can able to remove that too. Okay, right now this is going to be the function that we like to add. So if we click this, it need to show the fav icon. So okay, so if we click that, we need to show the fav icon. So the even same, like if suppose the active like the active class is already there, then if we again click that, then what it is going to do, it is going to remove it, like that we can able to code it. And for that what we need to do, we go for index.html, and you can able to see the this one in the button we can see fav countdown and fav times. So this times you can able to add that, you can able to add that. So if you click that, if the class is active is there, it is going to remove it. So how we can able to do that thing, we go for the script, do the same thing. Okay, do the same thing, and here we can able to use the const, and here we can tell the, it's going to be toggle, and it's going to be, I just say tog, something like this. And here we can use the document dot query selector all with the class name. What is the class name that we want? We want this time, right? Fast time. So this is what we want. It's just going to copy, and what you can do, you can able to give that thing, or instead this you can able to, instead of doing this, what we can do, we can able to do here, we fetch the toggle, right? So if the toggle add class list, if something it's already there, if someone clicks again, then what you can do, you can remove that class list, like that you can able to do it. Okay, so the same thing that you need to do by using the for each. If it is already existed, then the remove the class list. That is what you need to do it when it comes to. Okay, it is easily executed by the same thing that we have applied for the scroll animation. Go for here, what we have created, we added a function to remove the defaultly available class list, right? So likewise we can able to do here. So what we can able to do, we can simply say, so why we are not able, why we don't do this, because it is coming from the button. If someone clicking this the fav toggle, instead of it is coming from here, so it is great, we will go for this one. So we can add a function for remove toggle, like this. And what we can do, we can create a function in the name of remove toggle. We can create a function in the name of remove toggle. And what is the remove toggle it's going to do? The remove toggle is going to remove the function. So it is going to do exactly the same thing what we have written, not this one, the for each. So I just say toggles dot go for each and every one, go for each and every one. Suppose it's something is having that class name, something is having that class name. First what you need to do, you need to remove it. So I just say here toggle, and here also I just mentioning toggle dot we can mention the class list dot remove toggle dot parent node, not only this, parent node dot, we can say class list dot remove, and here we can mention active. We can suppose do like this, and if we do it, if I click like this, and if you click for this, you can see this is get disappear. If you click for this, this will be get disappear. If you click for this will be get disappear. If you click for this will be get disappear. And by default, if it is available by default, it is going to be available for here. Okay, so this is what going to be happen, this is what it's going to happen here. And also you can do this. If I click this one also, if I click again, then what it do again, if I clicked it, if it is available, then it needs to remove it. So likewise you can able to code it, and you can able to do this. Okay, the simple thing we need to access for everything, that if someone clicks the button, then this code will be executed. If nothing is there, then it's just going to loop it, that's it. So it's the same thing, if it is executed, then I need to remove it. Okay, so that is what it here also it is going to, here also it is going to do. Okay, so the same thing is going to be activated for everywhere, so you can able to apply it. So this is all about the fab. So the next what we going to do, we're going to see about the image carousel. So what is the image carousel is of, it is very very neat UI that we have created for this image carousel. And you can use this UI to image carousel. You can see something, we have the image. If we click the next button, it is go for the next. If you give the previous button, it is go for the previous, and that is what going to happen. And also for every particular number of time, what it is going to do, it is going to generate some of the if it is going to automatically change it. Okay, like an image, it is going to automatically change it. Even someone clicks this, it is going to change it. So how we can able to do this? So I just remove all other things here. Okay, because we only want the image carousel, I just remove all other things here. So the next thing is going to be image carousel, and here I just creating, not here, I just creating here script.js. I'm creating here, and here what we can do, we can make this HTML, CSS is there, and CSS is everything is here. So here what we need to do, we're going to write the code for it. So actually we go for the HTML, we have all the source image that has been added, we have that, and right now it is showing the first image, and we're going to do this. So first what I need to do, I need to fetch this src, that means the image. And the next thing what I need to do, I need to fetch the left button, and at the right button I need to fetch that. And then next what we need to do is we need to fetch the query selector by using all the images we need to do. Okay, first we need to fetch this container, and then this image tag. Okay, let's see how, what are the things we need. I just say const, it's going to be images, and this is for this I just going to say document dot get element by id, and here I just mentioning it as imgs, image. Okay, and here I just mentioning it as images. And what this is going to be, this is going to be the container that contain all the images, that container is going to be. And here I just going to say const, the next one is for the left button, so I just say left btn. So left btn. So here I just going to say about document dot get element by id. We can say document dot get element by id, and this is for left, and I just say this is for left, and this is go for the right. This is going for the right button, and the next one is going for the image. I just say const, it means the every image. So I just say image, and here we use the query selector to select this document dot query selector all, because I need all the images. So I just going to say about this. Here it's going to be dollar inside the images. I need the image, or you can directly tell the image like this. Okay, so and then what I'm going to do, by default I just going to say let idx nothing but index is equal to 0. Okay, because what happened, this image right now it is going to creates a node list. Okay, so by using this node list only we're going to run the function. So what I going to do, I just going to run a function. Okay, so I just create a variable let interval. So here I just going to create the set function. So first function what we going to do is set interval. So for a particular number of time the image need to change, that is the function I need to run. So here I just mentioning a function named run, and here I just giving 2000 for 2 seconds. For 2 seconds 2000 is a millisecond, 2 second I need to run this particular number of function. So here I just going to say, create the function. So in this function I'm going to say like this is going to be the run function, and here I just going to say index values need to increase. So why I'm say, because right now it is in 0, so we going to code and we going to say that is going to be the 0th index of an image, and if I increase the value every time it increase, the index is increased, then it go for the next image. That is what I need to do. And I just calling in another function that is used for the change image function. So we want to create the change image function. So I just going to create a function in the name of change image, and here what we going to do, here we going to see about we going to check some conditions, and then we move on to it. I just say if idx is greater than image, you can notice that it is going to be image dot length. So what is that image? It is going to be the node list. So if it is greater than image dot length, so which means like it means we can say image dot length minus 1, which means what is the image dot length is going to be, the image dot length is going to be the count of image that we having. So right now what is the count of the image that we having is 1 2 around 5, 1 2 3 4 4. So we have 4. So if I say 3, so if it is, why I say minus 1, because the index is going to start from 0 only. So indexes is greater than 3, equal to 3, that's fine. It's greater than 3, then what I need to do, so which means the list is get executed. So then what I need to do, again I make the index is equal to 0. So once all the images are loaded, again what happened, it comes to the first image. Okay, so that is the code. So the next is going to be another checking condition. What is the checking condition I just going to give? If the next thing is idx, suppose the idx value, index value is less than 0. Okay, in some case if it is going to be less than 0, then the idx equal to image dot length minus 1, length minus 1. So what is this? Suppose the value of idx, the index is going to be less than 0, in some case whatever. So then what I need to do, take the image dot length minus 1, which means I just want to go for the last thing. So that is going to be the condition here. So once you done with this, what I going to do, it's going to check for it, and here we going to add the image of it. Here I just say images, you can see images, that is going to be the container we are having. Inside the container only we going to add what we need to fetch. We need to change the style dot transform transform, because each and image is going to be changed, so I use the transform property, and here I just say translate x, because it is going to scroll in the horizontal way. I just say translate x, and here I just mentioning based on what, based on the minus idx index into 500 pixel. Because why we are using this, why we are using this one, because the index is going to be 0, then into 500 pixel what it is going to have, it is going to be a 0 1, so there is no translate will happen. So if I say 1, then it's we going to have minus 500 pixel, so which means it will automatically move for the next one. Okay, so that is what this one, so this is for minus 500 pixel, because overflow is here, the minus 500 pixel is here, you can able to see it is automatically changing. So this is a code that we have written, right? So the minus 500 pixel, the 500 pixel, why we are used, because the total container value, you can see this is going to be the 500 pixel, so it is going to access the first carousel itself, it is going to see the first image itself. If I say minus 500 pixel, then it is coming for the next one, and we added the translate property, and here we added the transform property with 5-second ease in and out, how the transform property should look like, and everything here we have been declared it. So that is why it is coming like this. Okay, so that's why it's coming like this, it is moving for the next image like this. Okay, so this is what happening here. Okay, so this is what happening here, we have done with that. So the next what we going to do is, the next things what we going to do, we just go and write, if someone clicks the button, then we need to change that. Okay, so what I going to do, I just going to first we write a function for reset the function. I just creating a function to reset it, like I need to reset something, then how can I do that? So I just say function reset interval. So we luckily have this clear interval property. So the what this clear interval do, it will remove the interval here, so I just say interval, so that is what adding the those things. So and I say if someone calls the button, clear the interval. Okay, clear the interval, and it is going to again, once you done with that, then again set the interval from the starting. Okay, and you need to run it, and it's going to be 0 0 2000. Okay, so this is for clear interval, and what we going to do, we're going to code for the right button. So if someone clicks the right button, I need to add event listener, and in this add event listener, if someone clicks this button, we need to write and function here. So this function is going to execute. So what I say, you just want to index the value by 1, so then only it go for the next image, and I just say use the change image property to how it change. Okay, change image property, and once it changed the image, remove the element, reset the interval. Okay, so reset the interval. Okay, so that is what is going to happen. Let's go here. If I click the next, you can able to see it like this. So once it reaches the last one, it is going to come again. So that is what it's going to do. The same thing we just going to apply for the left button, but instead of plus plus, we add the minus minus. If you done it, you can see it's go for the next image. I am coming here, we can able to see the previous image. You can see, let's wait for 2 seconds, and then it again move for it, right? So this is wait for the previous image, this is for the next image, and this is for the previous image, and we can able to do this. Okay, so this is going to be the image carousel. The same concept is going to be applied here for it, and the next project that we going to, you can able to use this. Okay, so these are very cool project, and the next project we going to see is about the basics of web. we can say like basics of the functionality behind the social media. So I just say basics of social. Okay, what we going to do, we're going to create so much of things. Okay, so we're going to create a fake database and we're going to work with that and we're going to do that. Okay, let's see how it is working. I just say style, because this is a one project that we need to do the both HTML and CSS and JavaScript. So that is why I'm just instead of doing previously, I'm coming with right this. Okay, what we going to do, we just going to create a mini social media app for this. So for that, I just going to create an index.html, and here what I just say, I just going to create and h1 with the body of, I just going to create with the h1 with the body of it, and I done with that. And here I just going to create what we can say like social. Okay, so I just say social media like this, and we can style it here by using the css. And what we can say, we can simply say the head, and here we can say it's going to be the color, and the color property is going to be something violet. And here we can say the background color, it is going to be this, like this, anything like that. And we add the link property, and we add the link.css property, and we will just add it here. And here we go for the script.src, and here we will go for app.js like this. Okay, so once we done it, we go for open with live server here, and you can able to see it. And here we can go here, and we can name this as text alignment is going to be center. Okay, so what actually we are going to do, we going to create a fake like social media and all. So for that we need some of the database and data and all. So I have the database, I just created already the database and all. So I just going to copy and paste it. Okay, not this one, like what I going to do. So nothing simple, we have some of the nested array and object. This is one. So what I have this database variable. It is an array, and inside that I created a couple of things, like you can see the name, profile picture, and we can see the post and caption, and these all are the image that I copied from the unplus. So I just done that. So what I going to do, I just going to copy it. Okay, I just going to copy this. Okay, so nothing, no more anything I going to do. I just going to go for our application. So it's, we go for here, I just going to paste it, that's it. Okay, so basics of social, I just going to open it in the code. Okay, so inside the app.css, app.js, I just going to paste it. So simple, nothing but this is there. Let us consider this is going to be the database, and this is going to be the user database. Okay, so right now in user database we have only one user that currently using our web page, and this is going to be the database that some of the users they are posting their names and all. So we see how can we access this, how can we access this name and profile and photos, and how can we display it in our html. That is what we're going to do. So for that, what we can do, I just simply creating a div, just simply creating a div, and inside the div I just going to say id is equal to, inside the div id is equal to, I just say this is going to be the post. Okay, so this is going to be the post, and here what we can do, we can use const, we simply say post. Okay, const post is equal to, we can simply say document dot get element by id, and here in this id we use this post, okay. So now we have access to this id, so inside that only we going to add it. So how I can add it, we can simply say post dot inner html, post.inner.html is equal to, and here we can access it, right? Simply database, and we need to tell that, and we need to tell the name of it to access it, right? So inner html, I just going to tell that we just say database in the 0th index, I simply say dot inner html, it is going to be like not inner html, it is going to be name. So if I say this, you can able to see the name of the person that is coming, it is not coming here. Post, I think we messed up something here. We just go for the index.html, we have the div id is equal to post, and what we have const post equal to document.get element by id post, and we have inner html, and database is going to be string, right? Of course. So if we refresh it, so I think this is for this is already gone. I just open it with the open with the live server, and you can able to see the name of it, right? So let us consider this is going to be the fake database that we having. This is going to be the fake database that we actually having. Okay, so by using the database, I'm going to display all the things here. So how we can able to do that? How we can able to do that? First, what we can do, we can create something called as template literals, and inside the template literals, oops, sorry for that. It's my keyboard. Okay, so this is what happened. So okay, so here we can create the sample div of it. So the sample div, what I going to create, it is going to be the div. It is going to be the div, and here, and this is going to be the div that is going to contain all our information, all the post information here it is going to contain. So it's just going to give the class is equal to container. Okay, this is going to class is equal to container, something like this. And the next I just going to create another div, and here I just going to say this is for class is equal to this is for profile. Okay, so here only our profile photo and everything is going to be shown. Okay, so I just say profile, this is for the profile. And the next thing what I going to do, after done with the profile, inside that profile we going to have the images and the name of the person. And here we going to have another div, and this div is used for the post. Okay, so I just simply mention it as user post. Okay, so this div is used for the user post, and inside that the post and the caption that is going to be there. So here I just say image, and I just say src. And here what we need to do, we need to access the image from the database. So I just say database, and it is going to be in the zeroth index dot, you can see all the things that are available, that is going to be profile pic. So if we done this one, and we say alt something, and alt is equal to, here we can say profile, something like this. Here we can simply say like this, and if I save it, you can see the profile is get access, right? So likewise we need to do for all the things. So here we can say the h4. Okay, so we can make an h4 tag, and here we can say this is going to be the database, the same thing, but instead of profile it is going to be name. So the profile pic, it is what we need in the h4, it's going to be name of the person. Okay, so you can able to see the name of the person here. And here what I going to do, here there is another image is going to be there. So instead of that, I just going to copy it. So this image is going to be the post of the database. Okay, so I just going to say post, and if we save it, you can see the another image of the post they have been made. And I just going to copy this one, and this is for the caption. This is for the caption that we have made, and here you can able to see the caption we have. So I just going to say 6, like h6, something like this. Okay, so right now we have access to the first element, right? But I need to access everything. How can I do that? You can use the for each loop, and you can iterate it, and you can able to do that. So for that, I can simply change that. I just say for, and where the database I need to do dot, and I simply say for each, and here it takes a function, and it is going to execute something, right? It is going to execute something. That execution is going to be this one, right? So I just cut it here, and here in this for each loop I just say item. So that is going to be the each and every item we are fetching. So we don't want to tell manually what is the database that we need to access. So here we will remove all the things, like wherever we are mentioning the database, we remove it. Okay, we remove it, and here we can say item. This is going to be item. Once we done it, you can able to, that's it. And once we done and save it, okay, you can able to see the last one. So this is how only one. So this image is coming from the last one. so I want to add it, right? So for that, instead of using equal to, you use the assignment operator, so it will get added. So now what you can able to see, you can able to see all the photos and profiles that are available. Okay, so now what you can able to do, you can go for the css and you can style it. Okay, how we can style it? Just go for css, and in this app.js we have the container. So what we can do, we can style dot container. So this container, so dot container, so inside the container how it look like. So I just going to say the height and width of the container. So I just say height is equal to 600 pixel, and I just going to say width, width is going to be 100 pixel. We can say width is going to be 60%. Okay, width is going to be 60%, like this we can say. And if we do this, you can able to see that, and I need to center it. So I just say display is equal to, we can go with we can say margin, we can go with auto property. And once we done it, let me see, it will not work. We will need to give the display, it is going to be, the display is going to be block level. We need to, if we do this image, the width we are not able to do this. If I done it, okay, okay, so what we can do, instead of this, we can simply say like display is going to be, display is going to be flex. Okay, and once we do this, everything is changed to, you can see the container is here, and I just going to say align items is going to be my center, and justify content, it's going to be center. So now it's everything will be, sorry, nothing is working. The reason, I think we made a mistake in spelling, right? I just go, yeah, I think we made a, yeah, you can see we made a mistake in spelling. So once we done it, you can able to see that. So we don't want display, like we remove this flex and justify content and all. We directly go like this. Okay, we can directly go like this, and height is equal to something. We have tell the height and width of the thing. You can able to see this. Okay, so it's stated in percent. We can tell this to 500 pixel with the container, and here we can make the border, it's going to be 2 pixel solid black right now, just for purpose, just adding. You can see the border of it, you can able to see the border of it. Okay, so and I just make this to margin, it's going to be auto property. I am doing this, go here, it is centrally aligned, that's fine. So the next thing what I going to do, we just go for the profile and all. So we go for JavaScript, we have this div. So this is the div. Next I just want to focus, so here I just say dot paste, and here we can give display is equal to flex, display is equal to flex. And the next thing what you need to do, display is equal to flex property, and here inside the dot profile, inside the image, you need to say the height and width. So it is going to be the profile picture, so the height and width is going to be we can say 30 pixel height, and width is going to be 30 pixel. That's it, done with this. You can able to see a small images here. Okay, so here we can make the margin auto left and right, and here we can say 10 pixel like this. Okay, if you do this, you can able to see the images here, and we can able to increase the image and also. So here we can give padding 10 pixel and 10 pixel, something like this. If we give, it will be there, and that's it. And we can able to see that. And for we can able to say the border radius, it's going to be 40%. to make this as something like this, and we have the post, right? So now what we can do, we can go for app.css and we can do this one. So we can display property, it looks good, we don't want to do this, we just want to go inside here. So I just going to say dot this one, and here inside the image I just want to set the height is equal to, we can say 300 pixel, it is going to be the height of it. Okay, so the next thing is going to be width is going to be 500 pixels, something like this. If we make it here and instead 500 we can for 400, so we can, it will be look nice and clean like this. Okay, so then what we can do, we can use the display property flex and justify content, it's going to be center, something like this. Okay, so like this thing should be come in user post dot user post, and here we can say display is equal to flex, and here I need to change the flex direction is equal to column, and also I just want to align items, it's going to be center. Once I save it, you can able to see that. Okay, so here we can decrease the height is equal to 500 pixel, something like this. So that's it, we have created the, this is how the database, how we are working with that, and we want to create a database, and then we can able to, you can add the neat css background and all. So this is how the functionality is working, you can able to see that once we add some extra data is added, it is automatically created and we can able to add it. So the last one final thing is for this authentication. So for this authentication, what we need to do, we need to check whether the username and password is correct or not. If it is correct, then what we need to do, we need to run this function. So run this loop. So how we can do that, so we can do simply by creating a function. So I just going to creating a function auth, and here what I going to do, here we're going to have two things, one is going to be user and name, and here what I going to do, and here what we going to do, we're going to create an if statement. Okay, and we're going to create an if statement, and we're going to create an else statement. So what is the condition I need to check? So the condition I need to check is the user that we are getting is triple equal to users dot 0, and here dot I just say users dot 0, and here we will equal, that is equal to the user name of it, and also the password also equal. So here I just say the pass we are getting is triple equal to users 0 dot password. So once we are doing this, and here we can able to get this, and we need to pause it. So this is going to be checking whether if the username and password is valid, then it is execute, or otherwise you need to give an alert, and in this alert I just say please use valid inputs, something like that. Okay, so our names or password, okay, or password error like that. Okay, so like that it need to do. So then what I need to do, I just want to call the function. So what is the function is going to be, it is going to be the auth, and here you need to tell if we run this, it everything's go, and here it is empty, so that is why it is showing like this. So what I just want to do, so instead of name, this is going to be password, so I just say pause. So here you need to give the username and password. If I give the right username and password, you can see username, and this is going to be password 123, then this will be executed correctly. If I don't use, for example I remove something like this, then you are not able to see that it will be working like that. So that is why once you sign up correctly and you are entering your username and password correctly, then you are able to access it, and once you are done with that, we are not able to access it. So this is the functionality behind it, and it is a basic thing that I have created, and you can able to improve yourselves in this, and you can able to create a full-fledged social media. If you like to create, you can able to create that. Okay, so that's all up to you. You can create that by using the give neat interface and all, you can able to create that. Okay, so these are the 5 projects for this 5 JavaScript project. See you in the upcoming project classes. Okay, so bye. So if you make sure if you like the videos and the content that have been posted, give a like and subscribe for the channel, and see you in the next thing. Okay.